Good afternoon to those of you in this part of the world. Good morning to everybody watching back in the UK. How's it going? Is everyone having a good day? Has everyone started off Monday with a bang? I only arrived back in the country at midnight last night myself. So I've just been getting my shit sorted out early doors this morning. Nipped over to the supermarket. One sec. Ronnie, turn that down. Ronnie's listening to me in the other room. You can just come and watch. It's one of those, isn't it? So there's a couple of players' names that have been linked with United. A couple of midfielders that have been linked with United over the past few days. We also saw Danny Murphy at weekend. Was it weekend? Danny Murphy recently has linked Kim Min-jae to Manchester United. I don't know where he got the number 100 million from, because I believe he's got a release clause that's a bit lower than that. But it's interesting that people are now starting to really talk up Kim Min-jae to United. I think that'd be a hell of a signing. But there's a couple of midfielders that we've been linked with. King Dino in the comments there says, "Morning, Steve, don't work on Monday, so happy as fuck." Sensational. Morning, everybody that's saying hello in the comments. So a couple that's well worth us looking at, and obviously one we'd have seen fairly recently as well, and another one that I spoke about during the summer and has gone on to just do an absolute madness. So Martin Zubimendi, there's been a report linking him for a move. 23-year-old, plays for Real Sociedad. And Mundo Deportivo are saying that United are trying to do a deal for the player who's got a release clause of £52 million. Ten Hag has seen him up close twice this season, obviously. And he's been on the winning team at Old Trafford come September. He's only got the one cap for Spain, and he's under contract with Sociedad until 2026 after signing a new deal earlier this season. But he is a bit of a defensive midfielder. Could probably be a worthy option, as United don't really have any sort of cover for Casemiro, and I would think Casemiro is the sort of player that's gonna need to be managed throughout the season to some degree. So having someone like Zubimendi as the eventual successor to him, learn off him a little bit, play alongside him sometimes, train alongside him, could probably do some bits. In terms of the stats, he's got some brilliant stats, and as per FBref, he's made more combined shot and pass blocks than any shot and pass blocks than any Sociedad player this season. He leads the side for the interceptions. He's also second for aerial duels and ball recoveries, and third for overall touches. Made 484 passes in the middle third of the pitch, but only 77 in the final third compared to 232 in the defensive third. So it shows you exactly where he's doing his work. And he's definitely more of a stylistic replacement for Casemiro. And I think that's probably a very, very valuable role, I think, for Manchester United to try and cover in. Peter Knight says, "Steve, where's Joel?" Joel's gone. I just had he was standing here, and then I had a phone call, and in that phone call, he left. So I don't know. We've got to go and interview Ornstein in 2 hours. So I'll be with him doing that very, very soon. So yeah, Zubimendi, I like him. I like the price. I think it would be a very good thing for us to bring in someone that can really go. And as Casemiro ages and the performances drop, you've got someone ready to take over there. And it's a little bit of pre-planning for United that I don't think we do anywhere near enough. Pete says, that interview with Gary, I'm assuming that means Gary Lineker, was so good. Have you got any more legends coming on? Real's just dropped a video with Deutscher Fußballmeister, Bastian Schweinsteiger. Yes, there are a lot of legends that we're going to be getting on over the next couple of weeks. So keep it locked, stay tuned. Real's got an interview coming out with, I think it's Jenas, Ash Williams, and Danny Gabardon, obviously getting a Wales perspective on the game tomorrow. So yeah, definitely check those out. It's going off. The other one, it's not the greatest of sauce, but the other one that we're here to talk about, Enzo Fernandez. So Enzo Fernandez is someone that we had a look at. June, was it? Might be May. And according to Argentine newspaper Ole maybe, we scouted him when he was at River Plate. and a revived interest in him after continuing to scout him, and we are apparently watching him closely. Now, he joined Benfica for £8 million in the summer. We was gagging for him. We was like, look, these stats are sensational. The numbers are unreal, and he's going to end up moving to a very, very big club. The fact he went for £8 million, Newspaper Sport has also reported that his value has already rocketed to around 44 million, and he's got a release clause in his contract which is over 100 million, and that contract runs until 2027. Enzo's class, and he is a cert to move away from Benfica to a mega club. I can definitely see him play for Real Madrid or someone one day. So he's impressed already with Benfica, and his stock is only rising thanks to performances at the World Cup. Now, I keep reiterating, and I will always keep reiterating, you don't buy players on the back of their World Cup performance. But I'd have bought Enzo Fernandez in the summer, and I would have bought him now anyway, based alone just off his Benfica stats, which we're going to get into. So, he hasn't got as many goals and assists as his namesake managed in Portugal. Bruno, obviously. But he is a lot more of a number 8 than a number 10. So he's got 3 goals, 5 assists in 24 games. He also got 6 yellow cards, which I kind of like. Some of his stats on the last 365 days have been absolutely sensational, though. Fernandez has some of the best midfielder stats in Europe right now. He's averaging 9.5 progressive passes per 90 and 4.8 shot creating actions per 90 minutes. You've got a player that's helping deliver almost 5 shots. One player on the pitch that's delivering 5 shots a game. That's a hell of a player. A hell of a player. And everything that we spoke about in the summer about what he's been like has just delivered for the national team and also for Benfica as well. And then Mark Ogden has just dropped something on ESPN saying United are open to a loan move for Pulisic, with the forward expected to be allowed to leave Chelsea in the January transfer window. And it's because apparently he's got the versatility of being able to play anywhere across the front line, which makes him pretty appealing. There is a lack of proven options available on loan in Jan. And he has impressed at times against England, and I think definitely did against Wales. But I don't know if I would be bringing him to United just on the back of this. He has only got 1 goal and 2 assists this season in the Prem in 18 games. A little bit similar to Gakpo. We need a number 9. Just having another winger type player isn't going to cut it. We need a specialist number 9, I think. Red UK saying, looks like you're off to the beach. I mean, out of those lot, if you lot could sign any of those players, which one or which ones would you buy from those? Zubimendi. I mean, Zubimendi and Fernandez could be a brilliant partnership in midfield. Is there anyone here with any sort of interest in Pulisic? Because a loan's not the craziest thing, and it's a bit of a free hit in it, but it doesn't really do it for me. I'm going to be honest with it. Seriously says no time for Pulisic. Brett says crazy how you've gone from starting a YouTube channel all those years ago to interviewing and hanging out with the legends of the game. Must be surreal. Sometimes it is proper surreal, yeah, but like they're just blokes. Most of them are just blokes that were good at football. That's it. Like what we're off to go and do later tonight, you have to check the vlogs out to go and see how it goes down. It should be a nice chill afternoon, hopefully. But it is a bit bonkers who's we're going to hanging out with. But yeah, it should be cool. Ed says if we're shifting Alanga, I got no probs with a Pulisic deal. Notch says Enzo, but we desperately need a proper striker. Yeah, I'd agree on that. This for me has all got to come secondary to bring in a 9 in. All of these. I love Enzo, and Zubimendi as a long-term sort of replacement for Casemiro. That's excellent, and that's such good proactive stuff from United if that's the case. But we're replacing players that we don't need to replace yet before replacing players that we haven't got. That would be a mistake in my opinion, but are we actually doing that yet? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Andrew says Pulisic on loan makes 100% sense. We need depth on the wing, and if he's good, we can make an offer. He was good at Dortmund. There's still a decent player there. Lee Welch says, I can see Gakpo transitioning to a number 9 like Henry did. We will be doing a Gakpo video. Well, I'll be recording it today and we'll probably drop it tomorrow or Wednesday, I would think. But, like we've done for everybody that we've been linked to lately, we do a pros, a case for, and the worry with. And I'm not sure what we're titling this one yet. I think it's probably going to be a worry with Gakpo. Because I think there are issues that need to be addressed and we have to be honest about them. We're not sitting here saying this kid's the new R9 and it's a guaranteed success. We're not. Every transfer is a gamble, and Gakpo is certainly a gamble on at least one level. Tim the Chester lad says David looks class. Yes, Jonathan David does look class. I think I lean in towards Jonathan David being my sort of number 1 hit, I think. Braden says we already have one underperforming winger in Sancho, don't need another one. I wonder if this break is going to be the best thing for Sancho's career and if he comes out of this flying. Ishmael says, typical United, we could have signed Enzo for less than 10 million. Benfica probably going to want at least 60. Yeah, at least is the correct word there. Like they could tell you, he is a 100 million pound midfielder. If you're trying to buy him from a bigger European club, he's 100 million. It's as simple as that. Jeds says, if we have the money, I'd go all out for Gakpo. Quick, strong, good in the air, great with the ball at his feet, already levels above Martial. Stefan says, David is your choice even though he's not a 9. Yeah, I think he is a 9 though. I absolutely think he's a 9. It's same with Gakpo. Gakpo right now plays off the left, and one of the things you'll see in the worry with is how he comes off the left. It is what it is. Edge says, stay free beer at the Four Seasons. Yalla. We are going to the Four Seasons later. I don't know whereabouts. Four Seasons. Going to the Four Seasons is not quite the same as saying I'm going to the Trafford Centre. And you're like, all right, well, do you want to be specifically where? I don't know where we're going. I'm going there my time, about 6 o'clock probably. Lee McNess says, I think we need a clear out as well. Koana says, with the greatest respect, David has been completely anonymous for Canada. He looks off the pace in a poor side. I'm going to have to disagree. I don't think he looked poor, and I don't think he looked off the pace. And I thought, they might not have got a result against Belgium, but I thought he was very, very good in that game. Get your questions in, get your comments in. I'll do my best to answer as many as I can. King Dino says, I think Gakpo will be a 9 in the near future. Tim says, Gakpo just looking good because of the league he plays and the fact he's playing internationals. You'll never know until you put him in against people. Slight buzzing coming from my end. I think it could be this, because I got a bit of a shock off it earlier and I don't know what to do about that. Unless it's the aircon. AJ says, love the content, keep going up. Ashe says, Gakpo, Enzo and goalkeeper in the next couple of transfer windows would be brilliant. Diogo hasn't really put it up, has he? I was hoping he would look incredible for Portugal, and it hasn't really been the case, I don't think. I still think he's probably the number 1 candidate in my eyes as a goalkeeper if we was going to go and get someone. And he's still very young, but I think Diogo Costa would be the one I would want to try and replace De Gea with. KC says, Gakpo doesn't pass the eye test. Interesting. Notch says, we cleared out many in the summer. Strength and depth is needed more, in my opinion. This Cameroon and Serbia game's going right off, innit? I just keep getting the score updates here. 3-3 now, for anyone who's not watching it. It is the mic, says Blitz. Alright, I'll have to try and figure out what the hell's happened with it to make it do this. Does that work? Does that work? Does that work? I don't know what those buttons do. Who do I see leaving in January? It's quite incredible. Like Cristiano Ronaldo has come out and managed to get sacked before Phil Jones. In my opinion, I could see Phil Jones going. I'm not sure about any of them about that, you know. Carl says, saw you meeting the Under the Cosh lads. Be good to do a pod with them. Did we meet the Under the Cosh lads? When was that? Not sure. Have we met the Under the Cosh lads? Any chance of getting Nicholas Fulkrug, a true number 9? Look, anybody's available for the right cash. Whether or not they're the right fit, I don't know. Lord says, agree Rashford being pushed into the 9 with Garnacho doing bits off the left. Yeah, I think that's a possibility, I think. Notch says, still have 10 players in their last year of contract. Wow. Is it 10 players? That's absolutely bonkers. Ed says, Wan-Bissaka and Williams will definitely go, whether it's on loan or sale is TBD. I think that's probably correct. Yeah, throw Elanga into that mixer as well. Did it work? Did actually pressing that button stop the buzzing? That's a pure accident. I didn't necessarily mean that. Sweet. Ishmael says, I think we need a long-term number 8 next to Casemiro who can contribute to attack and defence. Does Enzo suit that number 8 role? Yes, he does. As a pure number 8, yeah. Especially if he's got like a true, like a proper true sort of number 10 ahead of him that's going to deal with the creative side, for sure. And, you know, maybe long-term, it's somebody like an Enzo, a Bellingham. I mean, man, if I was building a team from scratch right now that I wanted to be peaking in a few years, I could see a lot more of a balance. The 6 and 2 8s is my sort of midfield. One bit more adventurous, one a little bit more aggressive box to box. With a true sort of 6 behind them. And I think Zubimendi, Enzo and Jude Bellingham, you probably get it for a smidge over 200 million. What a midfield that would be. What a midfield that would be. That would be a top midfield. Suki says, thoughts on United going to another Glazers? It's not possible for United to go. It's not possible for another leverage buyout of the club to happen. So luckily, the next person that buys us will have to have cash money. So wouldn't worry about that. We could still end up with bad owners, but it won't be another leverage buyout. Goldstar says, worried about Pulisic rumours. It means Rashford and Martial will battle for the main striker's role. With this is what the board want, a cheap solution. The thing is, there are cheap solutions that are also very good solutions. And it's one of those, isn't it? PFL says, could Iqbal be the progressive midfielder next to Casemiro, our own little Gevi or Frankie? Yes, he could. Needs that opportunity. Am I going to the Brazil game? I don't know what the next game I'm going to is. Obviously, there's England-Wales tomorrow, which I don't think I've got a ticket for. If England win the group and then round of 16 game, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong and feel free to dive straight in on the comments, I believe England's game will be on Saturday. I'm in Dubai with Uncle Pat on Saturday. So I will be missing that game no matter what. But yeah, I want to get to an Argentina game and a Brazil game. And I'll be very happy if I manage to do that. And obviously they could face each other. Gary Stelz says, nice vest. This is a prototype that's not hit the market. It says Stretford on the front. It says Paddock on the back. 11 as well, actually. Ed says Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho battling for 7 shirt for the rest of the season. Ooh, tasty. Righty, I'm going to wrap it up there. But cheers for tuning in as always. There might be a bit of a delay on the vlog because I lost my camera in Dubai over the weekend. So I have to go and sort a new one out. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.